Welcome to the Figure Master Less Sideshow Darth Vader figure review. I'll make this real brief and real quick. For one, it's an incredible figure. It's extremely tall. It's a little out of scale height-wise for me. More closely resembling the old 14-inch original Hasbro Vader that came out in 1978. That was, of course, a solid plastic figure. Very big. A lot of people like to make really large Vaders for some reason. But he's a little bit more Chewbacca tall. For reference to this, I'll put Han Solo standing on the same base. That's like, come on, Chewie, let's go. Vader was a tall dude, yes, but was he Chewbacca tall? I don't know. Maybe it's debatable. I have here at the ready my own custom, which, yes, I'm going to tout a little bit. Because I'm really proud of the way it came out, and I think he's more proportioned properly. The helmet seems larger on mine to the scale of the body, simply because he's shorter. If you'll note, the helmets of these two are about the same size. This came right off when I got it. It was easy. So the Hasbro helmet will not improve the size of the Sideshow Vader. They're the same basic scale, which is part of the problem. Again, this Vader is so much taller. It makes the Sideshow Vader, it makes his helmet seem not big enough somehow. If you just notice that, it's a ratio thing. You know, you might even say, okay, all right, Han is not tall enough. He's a little too tall to Vader, maybe. Well, Harrison Ford is around 6 feet. You got to consider the man playing Vader at the time was around 6'4" at most, and the helmet would have made him a little taller, as would the boots, which didn't have big heels. Sideshow was very good about that, I might note. Their boots don't have these really big heels on them. It's just an average size boot, sort of normal boot. Very accurate in that respect. So at least they don't boost him up with a heel. It's just he's a big figure. He's just a new tall body that I think is a little too tall. In fact, I might even notice the gap between the inner cloak and the ground. It's definitely, you know, just an inch there. Well, this should drag the ground. Vader, you know, it was right on the ground level, or it covered his boots, if anything. See, more like that. This one, you can't even get it down to touch his boots. So that should be an indicator of why he's a little tall. They added too much height to him. I may just get the figure body, cut the legs down some, shorten him, and he'll look a lot better. When that head to height ratio is reduced, he'll look better. Now, will I reduce him to the height of my custom? Probably not that much. I still believe that mine's pretty accurate. But, you know, some people really like Vader to be just gigantic, you know. I still say that's a little bit Chewbacca for me. But, you know, eye of the beholder, I can understand some debate on that. I think that I'm probably correct, and that Vader's plenty big. But, alright, enough razzing Sideshow for their height issue there. The figure itself is amazing. I love the spare hands, fists, you know, belt gripper there. I love the belt grip pose. You've got, you know, fist, or I just love this. It's like, come to me. You know, I mean, so that's really good stuff. They've got a nice dramatic thing. I might note that mine has posable fingers, but, you know, whatever. But, really nice figure. This is the Sideshow exclusive. Thanks again to MallFan for this amazing piece, for helping me have access to it. Because I could not get one. It was not one I could get. And Darth Vader's my favorite movie character. So not having the Sideshow figure was just hurting way too much. Again, I'll put old Han back there just for some scale and go, okay, team of the century. Anybody that doesn't have this figure, get one. It may need revisions or tweaking, or as a good friend of mine likes to say, futzing. It needs a lot of futzing. The cape is a little stiff. But it does pull around to the front, which, thank God, it comes all the way around. You can get that little frontal thing going there. So get you a Darth Vader, people. This is an amazing figure. It meets with the Les Walker certificate of approval, whatever that's worth. A little tall, but really a nice piece of work. Thanks, Sideshow. I cannot wait to see your Empire and Jedi Vader versions. May they be as successful.